Hello everybody, my name is Millions and I have an arrow in my face. Just kidding. I have another Minecraft video for you today. So today I'm going to be going over some tips and tricks that I think are useful still in 2019 Minecraft. You know, with the resurgence of Minecraft popularity with all the new streamers and new YouTubers and everything, I've been watching a lot and I've been seeing a lot of people struggling and making mistakes, and I just wanted to help you guys out. So we're going to go over 30 tips that will help you survive. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first tip I want to mention is the debug information. So you'll find this information by pressing F3 on your keyboard, and it'll bring up a ton of information on your left and right hand top corners. And the first thing I want you to look at is your coordinates. So you'll find that right below the Minecraft overworld and above the block 181, 64, 100 there. So this will tell you where you are relative to the map, going on your X, Y, and Z axis. So you'll see if I move this way, the last number there will change, the 95 to 92, 91, 80. If I go this way, you'll find that the first number changes. So 187, 190, 195. So that's how you can find someone who is above ground. They tell you, hey, my coordinates are 200, 200. You could go find 200 and then now move this way and find 200 the other way, and you land on the exact block that they're on. The middle number there is your height. So if you go down and up, that'll tell you how high you are. So if you're trying to mine at a correct level or find someone who's stuck in a cave somewhere, that'll be useful as well. Some other information on that side. If you look down, you can see the biome you're in. So right now I'm in plains. You can see the difficulty. You can see the day that you're on. So I'm in day 4 on this world. And if you look at the right side, you'll see a bunch of specs about your computer there. So your GPU, CPU, things like that. So again, press F3 and you bring all this information up, and it's very helpful. So tip number 2 is that you can breathe underwater with these magma blocks. So when you are looking for the ruins underwater and you are having trouble, you know, bring one of these with you. It may save your life. So it will actually damage you if you touch it, but as you can see, it's giving me full bubbles, or full breath, if you want to call it that. So these are really nice. They do spawn naturally in water sometimes as well, in the oceans. And yeah, use that to breathe underwater. Tip number 3 is that you can swim through a one tall block. So by using your run button, whatever you have that set to, you can now do a swimming animation that will actually make you do a kind of a front crawl. And you can actually squeeze through one tall blocks now. Just like that. So tip number 4 is to mine at the correct level. So everyone knows that diamonds can commonly be found like deep in the ground, but they don't know exactly where to go. So the real numbers are that diamonds can spawn level 16 and lower, are between level, I guess, 0 and 16. But the best places to look, I find, are about level 5 to level 12. So looking at your debug information here, so I'm on level 8 right now from my Y. So if you are just playing on Bedrock Edition, or you don't have the ability to look at your debug information, what you can do is you can go all the way down to your bedrock. You can mine all the way down to bedrock and find the highest piece of bedrock. And go 3 up from there. 1, 2, 3. And that'll put you at about level 8. So that'll put you at level 8, and that's right between where you need to be. Level 5 and 12 is supposed to be the most common place to find diamonds, and you should be set to go. So we got 1 here, we got 2, we got 3. Perfect. So yeah, find the correct level when you're mining. Tip number 5 is how to strip mine. So when you're mining, you want to be the most efficient possible. You don't want to just be mining in a straight line for forever, just seeing kind of what's around, hoping to find diamond. What you want to do is you want to go all the way down, you know, say 20, 30 blocks. I'll just go to here for now. And then you want to go 1, 2, 3, and then make another hallway. right? And then you can keep expanding. So this is what they call strip mining. So you keep going down, and 3 more down, you will make another one, and this will cover the largest possible area for you while you're mining. So the reason behind this is that when you're mining through here, you can see the floor, you can see the roof, you can see each wall beside you. And then you're mining down here, you can see the floor, roof, walls beside you. So the walls beside you here are this one, and the walls beside you here are this one. So the only block you're missing is this one. And there's very, very, very rarely a deposit of, diamond, coal, whatever it might be, that is 1 block thick. So the most efficient way is to do this, so you can see this wall, go down here, see this wall, and mainly just forget about this wall. So this will save you a lot of time. Tip number 6 is the exact amount of diamonds you need for your tools and enchantments. So when you go down for your first trip for diamonds, you know exactly how much you need to come up with so that you are ready to go to the nether or make the tools or whatever you need. So when you go down, the best thing to do is look for 7, because you'll need 1 for your enchantment table, you'll need 2 for your sword, 3 for your pickaxe, and you will need 1 for a shovel. Now you can get 3 more if you want like an axe or something like that, but most people don't use axes as much as anything else. You don't even really need a shovel. If you really want to go down and you just want to like power through and get to the nether and get your pickaxe, you really only need your 1, 2, 3 for your pickaxe. You need 1 for your enchantment table, and that's it. That's all you need. So the pickaxe will get you your obsidian, and that'll get you your enchantment table, and you should be good to go after that. Tip number 7 is how many obsidian you will need to make your nether portal. So the nether is an important place to go if you want to start making potions and advance your Minecraft world along. So most people build a portal like this with 14 blocks. So 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top, and 3 connecting them, and you make the portal, and there you go. That's all great. That's all fine and dandy, but you don't actually need that. What you can do is you can make a portal like this over here. So without the corners, you can make it with 10 blocks, and it'll do the exact same thing. So you don't actually need to get that many obsidian. It'll work just fine, just like this. So all you need is your 2x3 portal here, and you're good to go. Tip number 8 is making a obsidian nether portal without actually having any obsidian. So if you only find, if you don't want to go find diamond, or you only find a few diamonds, that's not going to stop you from going to the nether. So all you're going to need is a lava pool somewhere where you can keep getting lava buckets from, and you need a water bucket. So like we mentioned in the last tip, you only need 10 pieces of obsidian. So your lava pool just has to have 10 lava blocks in it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place something, you're going to want to place this here. Just a little kind of area for your lava to go in. You want to place a lava block there. You'll go grab another lava block, place a lava block there. And then what you can do is turn those into obsidian and then do the same thing. So you can get rid of your water. You can make another little piece here for your lava to go. Place it there. Place the water. And there's another piece of obsidian, right? And you keep going up. Place your lava. Place your water. There's another block. And as you can see, you can create the exact shape of your obsidian nether portal just by using your lava pool and a water bucket. Tip number 9 is that you can break gravel and sand with only a torch. So when you're mining, most people have torches on them at all times. And everyone knows that when you're going through a long cave or you're doing a strip mine and you run into a big piece of gravel or a big piece of sand, if you're mining near a beach or you're in a desert, something like that, it's really annoying to go through and have it fall every single time. But what you can do is you can break that block, and if you're quick enough, you can put a torch down right underneath. And if you time it correctly, your sand and gravel and everything will all fall down, and you'll get rid of everything all at once. So the only problem with this is if you're trying to get flint, you will not be able to get it with this technique. So you do actually need to punch the block with your fist in order to get the flint. So tip number 10 is that you can deflect gas fireballs just with your fist. So if you time it right, you can actually hit it back at them and kill them without any weapons at all. So you just need to aim at him. And one hit should kill him. There we go. Bam. Dead. So you can return it back to sender, and you'll get the achievement. And yeah, you can survive the nether a little bit easier, knowing that you can deflect the gassed fireballs. Tip 11. Use shears to get plant blocks. So normally when you are cutting down trees or breaking leaves or plants or whatever, you will basically just lose the block. So if I break this, it'll just explode. If I break this, it'll all just kind of explode and go to nowhere. If you really want blocks, like if you want the grass blocks, if you want the tree blocks, anything like that, leaves, flowers, you can use shears on them, and then you can get all the plant blocks and build something really nice. So if you're trying to build a tree house or whatever you're trying to do. Number 12 is to make a jack-o'-lantern. So in recent updates, they made it so that you cannot just take a pumpkin and put it on your head. It does not work anymore. So what you need to do is you need to take your pumpkin, you need to place it down, and then use shears on it. That will make a jack-o'-lantern, and it'll also give you pumpkin seeds. So what you'll do after that is now you can take this pumpkin and you can put it on your head. So that you can be all scary and everything like that. You can also take your pumpkin, put it in your crafting section with a torch, and you'll make a jack-o'-lantern that will give off light. So that'll give off light just like a torch would. Tip number 13 is you can wear a jack-o'-lantern, and you can look at Endermen, and they will not get angry with you. So you can put that jack-o'-lantern on your head, you can look at the Enderman all you want, and they will just stay passive. So if you're in the end, or if you're just in an area filled with Endermen, this tip could really help you out. Tip number 14 is how to fight Enderman using a too-high roofed kind of structure. So Endermen, as you know, are 3 blocks tall, and if you hide under here and attack the Enderman, they won't be able to actually get through to you. So if we look at this Enderman, get him all angry with us, and he'll come attack us, and he won't actually be able to get in here. So you can punch him freely and do whatever you want. Tip number 15 is that you can grow trees underground. So if you are mining and you break a pickaxe or you run out of wood for torches, it's always a good idea to even carry a sapling with you if you don't have any wood. You just kill a skeleton underground while you're down in a cave and keep a sapling on you, and you should be good to go. So all you do is make sure you have enough room for your tree and enough light, and you should be able to bone meal it, and it should grow. There you go. So you can go a tree underground as long as you have one little dirt block. Tip number 16 is growing jungle trees. So if you put a jungle sapling down and you bone meal it, you'll grow a nice little jungle tree. But how do you get the big jungle trees that you see in the jungle biome? Well, you grab 4 saplings and do the same thing. So you can bone meal it, and bam, you have a huge tree. You have a huge jungle tree. Tip number 17 is how to cut down a jungle tree. So most people would grab this and they would try and, cut it down, and wouldn't have any success because you can't reach all the way up there. Or they would try and build a ladder with vines or something like that. But the best way to cut down a jungle tree is to actually do a staircase up. So you can do a spiral staircase, just like so, all the way to the top while cutting down the wood. So, and then once you get to the top, you would just come back down the exact same way, just cutting down the staircase that you made. And you can cut yourself down a whole jungle tree without having to put in any extra effort. Tip number 18 is to make charcoal. So sometimes you need coal before you have a pickaxe and you need to cook some food or you need to have light for torches. So what you can do is you can actually cook just a regular log with whatever, and that jungle log or oak log or whatever log will actually turn into a piece of charcoal. And then you can use that piece of charcoal to cook whatever you want, or you can use it to make torches or anything like that. Anything that you can use coal for. Tip number 19 is that one coal can smelt 8 things, or one piece of charcoal or one coal or whatever you want to use can smelt 8 items. Therefore, if you want to smelt the whole stack, you need only 8 coal. So stop stuffing your chest full of thousands of coal. Don't put 64, 64, 64, 64. You don't need that much. So spread it out. Your coal lasts a lot longer, and you can smelt a whole 64 with just 8 pieces of coal. Tip number 20 is that you can set an animal on fire. That way you can get cooked meat without smelting. So we'll set that guy on fire, chase him down, kill him, and look at that. Cooked meat. Nice and easy. So you can also do that with a fire aspect sword if you have the enchantments for it. Tip 21 is that you can use wooden items as fuel for your furnace, such as a wood pickaxe, a boat, or even just wood planks or sticks by themselves. So they will all work as fuel. So that goes for wooden swords, wooden pickaxes, basically anything that uses solely wood for crafting. Tip number 22 is that creepers are scared of cats. So if you have a bunch of creepers coming after you, maybe try and get yourself a pet cat. So if we spawn a bunch of creepers here, and then spawn a bunch of cats, look at the creepers will run away. So they won't come near the cats. But the thing is cats will run away from creepers. So that's why you need to make the cat your pet. And you can do that just with raw fish that you catch with a fishing rod, or that you just punched or found in a river. Tip number 23, creepers will not do damage to the environment when they blow up in water. Look at that. Everything's nice and still intact. Tip 24 is that when you're farming, your tilled ground will need to be by water if you want your plants to grow. But the water will only soak the ground up to 4 blocks away. So if you go any further, the ground that you just turned into farmland will start turning back into regular dirt. So you need to have water at least 4 blocks away from your tilled farmland. Tip number 25 is that wheat and other farm items need a specific light level to grow properly. So as you can see with my F3 debug information open, you can see under client light that it says 0. So whatever I'm looking at is 0. So light around me is 0, and the block I'm looking at is 0. But as I get closer to the light level goes up. And as I go up to my farm, you can see that the light level here is 13, and the block is 9. Block is 11 over here. Block is 7 over here. So what needs to happen is your crops are going to need to have a minimal light level 9. Tip number 26 is how to make an infinite water source. So instead of running back and forth to go grab water from here, you could just grab 2 and put them side by side, and with 2 water blocks running into each other into the same block, it will create another water source block, and you can use that to put somewhere else. So you can take that, put there, take that. So anything that has 2 running into each other will create an infinite water source block, just like that. Tip number 27 is that villagers will get in your boat, and it's a nice way to transport them. Tip number 28 is that monsters will get in your boat. Tip number 29 is that boats can now be driven on land. So you put your villager in there or whoever you want, and you can now transport them. The only thing is you cannot go up blocks. So if your ground is tilled like this, you cannot go up the block, and you cannot go up a block like this either. So it's a good way to move around your villagers if you have flat land. Otherwise, it's a pretty slow way to travel. And last but not least, tip number 30, don't dig down. All right, thanks for watching. Hope it helped.